morning, everybody. Joe Van Doren here, and welcome to our Virtues Pick for today. We have a great word for our Friday, and one that we all wish in our families and sometimes are having a hard time doing. So let's read the description of our word unity today, and then we'll discuss it a little bit. So unity is a powerful virtue, and it brings great strength. Unity is inclusiveness. It brings people together. We see our commonality without devaluing our differences. We experience our connectedness with all people and all life. Unity frees us from the divisiveness of prejudice and heals our fears. We refuse to engage in conflict, seeking peace in all circumstances. Unity comes when we value every person in our family or in our world. The joy of one is the joy of all. The hurt of one is the hurt of all. The honor of one is the honor of all. So, what a great word. You know, there isn't anything that feels any better, I don't think, than when we are united with another group of people. So, like on a team, when the team is unified in their goals and their purpose, and they begin to achieve things, there's this powerful feeling of connection. There's a powerful feeling of camaraderie, and people are brought together, and that experience of being on a team and reaching the goals that you had is just one of euphoria, I would say. You get pretty excited about that, right? And especially if you've overcome odds and you've overcome what some people might believe is an impossible kind of situation. And so as I look at this today, I'm thinking about how this feeling of unity is something that we want, but how do we get it, and how does it help us? And I appreciate very much this one line in the description that says that unity frees us from and heals our fears. So many times I think the things that divide us in a family, in a community, no matter where it is the fear that we have of something. And it could be the fear of losing out on something, the fear of missing out on something, right? That particular one tickles me, but the fear that we might have of being embarrassed, or the fear that we have of being cheated on, or whatever that fear might be, it comes up, and then it divides us, because the fear just builds a wall that we put up our defenses, and we divide ourselves from and separate ourselves from others. And over the years, we've seen in the larger community that fears that come from prejudice and the divisiveness of prejudice has created not only conflicts but divisions. And unfortunately, we also see people taking advantage of that, both financially and in seeking more power in a community, or whatever the case might be. And so, that just creates more division. But today, what I'm thinking about, like I do most of the time, is getting right back to the beginning of things and in the family. How do we develop this unity in the family? Because it does heal our fears. Even unity in the family is divided when we have a fear of being cheated on, or if we have a fear of our child not being good enough, or our fear of them being embarrassed, or them failing, or them not being the fear of them not being healthy, or having a safety concern. All of those fears have a tendency to divide us from one person against another. And so it begins in the family. It begins in that very small unit. It certainly begins with ourselves as individuals first. But then as we have a family, we want to think about what are the things that unite us. And I believe that the way we do that is by clarifying what's important to us. What do we value? What are the virtues that we want to see in our family? And when we do that, we can agree upon 3 to 5 things that we value very much, whether it's a virtue or some other part of our life. And those are the things that we build on. And if we can do that, then many of these other things will find their place and not be as nearly as important as the things that we build on. And if they are that important to you, then that really should have been or could have been one of the things that were most valuable to you that you discussed and you came to an agreement on how you were going to handle. So it's not just clarifying it, but it's also identifying and defining and what it looks like and how it behaves, and then communicating that not only with each other as leaders in the family, but also with our children. And when we do that, and then you have a foundation to work on, and that foundation of these are the common things that we value, that foundation creates a connection. When you have a mission, when you have a vision for your family that's based on this foundation, that's what connects you and keeps you unified to move forward and to find yourself having a journey that is, euphoric. It's not that you're not going to have problems, but as a team, you're going to grow and you're going to see an excitement, let's say, of the success in being able to overcome the challenges that you face. And that's the beauty of unity and the power of unity. It gives us the strength to endure all things. And so today, as we focus on unity, I want to really focus on, making sure that in my family, and hopefully in your family too, that you've identified the things that are most important to your family and the mission that you're on. What is it that you're trying to accomplish? And so as you do that, your children are going to be the beneficiaries of this, because when there's division in the family, it's a very hurtful thing for our children. And they're going to see how to do this as you practice the clarity and the communication, the consistency in the community, the 4 C's of successful families. And unity is the one of the virtues that comes out of that. So those are my thoughts today about unity, and I encourage everyone to focus on that. And over the weekend we'll have a new word on Facebook. But until next time, and until Monday, right? Keep practicing all of the virtues and the 4 C's of successful families, and that is clarity, communication, consistency, and community. Until next time, bye.